In 2015, Ford did something no full-size truck manufacturer had done before at volume. It built the F-150's body out of aluminum, military-grade aluminum alloy. The truck lost 700 pounds. Fuel economy improved. Payload capacity went up. Ford spent over $1 billion retooling its manufacturing plants to make it happen. It was genuinely impressive engineering, and the automotive press celebrated it. The F-151 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Sales continued to dominate. The F-150 has been the best-selling vehicle in America for over 40 consecutive years. But there was something Ford never put in a press release, never mentioned in TV commercials, and never explained clearly at dealerships when customers were signing paperwork. Aluminum breaks differently than steel. It repairs differently than steel. It requires different tools, different training, different facilities. And a significant portion of the body shops in America, particularly in rural areas, are not equipped or certified to repair it. This video is about what happens when the most popular truck in America gets into an accident in a town where nobody can fix it properly. Here's the fundamental problem. When you dent steel, a skilled body technician can hammer it out, weld a patch, apply filler, and blend the paint. The techniques have been refined over 80 years. Every shop in America knows how to do it. Aluminum behaves differently. It work hardens when you try to cold form it. You can't heat it the same way. It doesn't change color when it reaches the right temperature, so you can't visually gauge it the way you do with steel. It requires different welding equipment, dedicated MIG or TIG welders that can't be shared with the steel side of the shop, because any steel contamination of an aluminum repair can cause galvanic corrosion that destroys the panel from the inside. ICAR, the Inter-Industry Conference on Auto Collision Repair, has a certification program specifically for aluminum repair. Ford has its own collision repair network with additional certification requirements. A shop that is not aluminum certified cannot repair an F-150 body to the standard that the repair will hold, won't cause further corrosion, and won't void your warranty coverage on the repair. Here's where the geography problem comes in. Ford-certified aluminum repair shops are concentrated in metropolitan areas, where the volume of repairs justifies the investment in equipment and training, which runs tens of thousands of dollars per shop. The further you get from a major city, the fewer certified shops exist. If you're an F-150 owner in suburban Atlanta or outside Dallas, you're probably within 20 miles of a certified shop. If you're an F-150 owner in rural Montana or most of Wyoming, where the F-150 is extremely popular, because trucks are a working tool, not a lifestyle accessory, you might be 100 to 150 miles from the nearest certified shop. What happens in practice? Your truck gets backed into at the feed store parking lot. It's a cosmetic dent. Nothing structural, maybe $800 worth of damage on a steel truck. You take it to the local body shop that's been in business for 30 years. They take a look at it. If they're knowledgeable, they tell you they're not certified for aluminum and you need to drive 2 hours to the nearest facility that is. If they're not knowledgeable or if they don't want to lose the job, they attempt to repair it anyway. An uncertified aluminum repair on an F-150 can look fine initially. It often won't hold properly over time, can introduce galvanic corrosion issues. It can affect structural integrity in ways that aren't visible. And in a subsequent accident, an insurance company or Ford can use the non-certified repair to complicate your claim. The repair cost premium is real and documented. ICAR and collision repair industry surveys consistently show aluminum repairs running 30 to 40% more than equivalent steel repairs. A fender replacement on a steel truck, $600 to $900 parts and labor. The same job on an aluminum F-150 at a certified shop, $850 to $1,300, plus the potential for delays if the certified shop is booked out or if parts availability is constrained. Insurance rates reflect this. F-150 collision insurance costs have tracked higher since the aluminum switch, particularly in markets with fewer certified shops. If your insurer knows you're in an area where aluminum repairs require a 2-hour tow, your collision premium goes up to cover the risk. Ford knew about this. They planned for it. They invested in building out their repair network, published training materials, worked with ICAR on certification standards, and made the tools available for shops to get certified. The infrastructure exists, it's just not evenly distributed. What dealers didn't do, at least not consistently, was explain this to buyers. A buyer in a rural market choosing between a 2014 steel F-150 and a 2015 aluminum F-150 deserved to know that repair costs were going to be different, that shop availability might be different, and that the nearest certified facility might require a significant drive. Here's the practical guidance. If you own a 2015 or later F-150, before you ever need a repair, look up the nearest Ford-certified collision repair shop. Know where it is. Know how far it is. If an accident happens and a local shop offers to do it cheaper, understand what you're accepting if they're not certified. If you're buying a used aluminum F-150, look at any existing body repairs and ask whether they were done at a certified facility. You can request the repair records from the previous owner or check with Carfax for reported accidents. A non-certified prior repair is not automatically a deal-breaker, but it's information you need. If you're choosing between truck options and you live in a rural area, this is a legitimate factor in your decision. The GMC Sierra and Chevy Silverado have aluminum components but mixed construction bodies. They're not as aggressively aluminum-intensive as the F-150. Ram continues with steel construction. None of this makes the F-150 a bad truck. It remains an extremely capable, well-engineered vehicle that people love for good reasons. Ford made a smart engineering decision. The industry, and in many cases, dealers, made a communication decision that left buyers in rural markets holding a vehicle they couldn't always repair where they lived.